So if you're thinking about your major, what you want to apply for, and maybe like what you want to do, the best thing to do is think about the interests and things you like. It doesn't have to be precise. Like you don't have to be like, oh, I want to do business and I want to do specifically financial business, or I want to do law and I want to do patent law. But the best thing to do in college is think of like broad interests. So for me, I was like, okay, science, but I had no idea which science. So from there, like a lot of majors have the same prereqs or prerequisites, and they're kind of classes that weed out people who may not like the material, and they're kind of introductory, they're really broad, they kind of help figure out maybe what you want to do. So these include things like general chemistry, economics, like really broad, general political science. And from there, that's where you kind of like refine and rethink your ideas. When I took chemistry, I took it with 1,500 other students because chemistry is required for engineers, pretty much all biology is in general chemistry as well. So there's a lot of kids in that class. They took that class and they're like, great, I'm not going to be a doctor anymore. So from there, like taking classes kind of re-emphasizes what you want to do, but it may not always, like, it's not the means to end all kind of thing. So here at Berkeley, we actually have a huge variety of science majors that you can go into that are related to biology. We have general biology, integrated biology, molecular cell biology, and then we also have a bunch of other majors within the College of Natural Resources, such as microbiology. So when you're choosing majors, you have a lot of choices, and it's kind of like on yourself to kind of look at the different departments, see each kind of major has their own kind of like way the classes run, that there's people who are specifically attracted to it. So for myself, I kind of liked both integrated biology, molecular cell biology, so I kind of made a kind of a major. So I picked the classes I like out of those both and made like a double major, and that might be an option for you thinking about what you want to do, maybe designing a new major, or choosing classes to major and minor in that might work out to be the best fit for you and your career interests.
Okay, so when you're in college, you're probably thinking like, which area should I be an expertise at, and or have expertise at, and then these are usually dependent on your major. But a lot of people change majors throughout their college career. I think the average is like 3 to 4 times for college students around the U.S. For me, I kind of like was headed in the direction of English literature, just because that was like the one like subject that I really enjoyed doing in school, and like even though the essays were kind of tiring at times, but I really enjoyed what I was doing. But I definitely had some like questions about like if this was the right thing for me to choose, or if this really is what I wanted to do for my future career. So it's definitely normal if you're like having questions about your major. You should seek out resources within your school. I know there's a lot of like college advisors, or you just go to the like for Berkeley we have like Campbell Hall, so we can go and like talk to like peer advisors who can maybe talk things out with you and see like what your interests are, and then if this major doesn't suit you, then maybe another major would be better complement to your interests and abilities. I think for me, like at one point I decided that I was considering not becoming an English major, so it's definitely pretty normal, even if you think that you are you're definitely set for one major, that you all of a sudden want to change to something else. I actually did finish doing declaring as an English major, so maybe just one of those transition phases. So don't worry if you're a little bit hesitant, and when you're doing your application, you don't have to actually go into the major that you write down on there. So, I mean, a lot of people pick undeclared. So
when you're choosing colleges, they're going to make you check down a bunch of majors that you're interested in. But what you need to recognize is that what you choose isn't the end-all be-all of it, because a lot of people switch. Like, for example, when I was applying for Berkeley, originally I decided that I wanted to do anthropology because I thought I was really interested in it. But after a year and a half, I switched out because after taking a couple classes, I realized that it wasn't really for me. So I switched to economics. And it was completely fluid, and I'm still going to be graduating on time. And you also need to consider, if you already know what you want to do, that's great. But if you don't, it's still fine, because a lot of people don't know what they want to do.